welcome everyone to a kind of a random idea that I'm running today. I'm going to give you guys an update on our BECKONED indie RPG video game and its INDIEGOGO status. But today is going to be a little bit different. So what I was wanting to do is the communities over there on Twitter with the comic books. These guys have been awesome. Got through to them with through Joe with Catapona Art and Star Circuit, and they've been so helpful to me trying to get the word out there for all this, that I wanted to give you all an update about us. But then tonight I just want to allow everyone anyone who's a creator of a comic book who's going through an Indiegogo, I will put the link in the top of the chat here, and then you guys will probably get into the backstage, and then I'll allow about 10 minutes for you guys to pitch your idea. First come, first serve. 10 minutes is long enough to at least talk about your idea, ask questions afterwards, and I've not done this before, so I'm going to try to do my best. So I kind of figured that'd be enough people to kind of juggle in about an hour. In about an hour, we'll see what we're going to do. Yeah, the racing jacket is me trying to promote Joe's comic, Star Circuit. It's in pre-campaign on Indiegogo, so if you guys want to go there, that'd be great. And Jedi, I got to turn you into a wrench now, don't I? I don't think I got Joe here, so links are going to be... like I said, I'm kind of new at this. I'm kind of going off of what I saw Promoting Pete do, so we're going to try doing that. I'm going to go ahead and throw that link up into the chat. So if you're wanting to join in this, then here you go. So yeah, just jump into the backstage when you guys are ready, and we'll do this. We do have kids here, so try to keep it all PG. I think a little PG-13 joke here and there might be all right, but yeah, just keep it civil, guys. But outside of that, that's kind of what I was throwing out there. So we'll see. Anyone jumping, anyone biting. Hi, Reese. Hi, man. Scoots. Man, maybe I need to start. And Jedi's here too. Man, Scoots is always there with me, though. That's awesome. Like, you got a full house on a Sunday night. That's awesome. Okay. I'm just waiting for any of these guys to jump on in here. I hope that link worked. Hey, Art Jedi, you want to jump in? Promote some of your art? You want to get a quick critique from Bigums? A little bit easier when Joe's in. Oh, there he is. What up, dude? You jumping in, or how many? I've got the thing open for people to jump in, so, or at least the link is there in the chat. I can throw it up there again. I want to see if I anchor it to the top or something, but no worries. And if that's not working, guys, y'all let me know. I think pretty sure it should be. So while we wait for that to happen, like I said, I'm new at this. I'm trying to pace it out and see what's happened, what's not. Here is our update so far. We are at 9% to the goal in almost 24 hours. By the end of this stream in 30 minutes, we'll be 48 hours. Sorry, I said 48 hours. So yeah, ooh, it's going. So yeah, it's possible. You just gotta get your stuff out there. So if you are in pre-campaign, let's do this. Anybody? Joe, you want to do this? Oh yeah, he said he's grubbing. Okay. When he's done, he'll hop on. Word. Well, Come on, comment, guys. I know there's the Embrace I sent this to. He might be busy. I got followed by a few of you guys on Twitter, so I kind of hope you guys might be jumping in here. So, yeah. Squash? Joe. Guys, it really what it tonight is I'm excited. It's been insane. I've got a new post on Reddit that those guys over there are great, because I was just throwing up a video and then they were like, nah, you can do better than this. There's more information you could be giving us. So I basically did a whole kind of like what we did on the Indiegogo. It's laid out very much the same, except take all the Indiegogo stuff out of it, and to give them something to read on Reddit. So if they didn't push me so hard, that wouldn't have been there. But I'm back on JRPG, getting some good comments and responses. Our Instagram stuff was doing pretty good too. Still doing pretty good. Yeah. It's Joe, I thought this would actually hit a little bit more. I thought I was going to have trouble juggling people. I guess since I just, here was the problem. I made the post and didn't give people a time, and it was about an hour ago that I started letting everybody know what time it was. So probably a lot of them weren't able to get prepped up so fast. But we'll see. It was just kind of my way of kind of giving back to, I don't know what to do with my nervous energy. After 48 hours, we're kind of like pushing on the algorithms some more if we can. So it'll be interesting. I've just been at it the whole time, so I'm ready to kind of at least step back for a minute and take a breath, clean the house and stuff. But that's what's been going on. Here's a real important question. Are you using chopsticks? Oh, yeah. Thai food's good. I like some pho. Pho's good. Every time I get pho, it reminds me of Miyazaki movies, especially like Princess Mononoke, when they're sitting there like eating the soup, or Spirited Away. That dude Sakuga animation on YouTube is just so cool to watch, because they try to the details they catch in animating just simple things in life is neat. Nice. All right, still nobody in the background. If I've done everything right, probably got a host of comic book guys going, where's the link? But no, I think I did everything right. I got Art Jedi, Joe, and everybody else in here. I did something right. Scootsy, all hit everybody. Then so Baking Reese, So yeah, maybe this is a cooking show tonight. Maybe this is how I'm dealing with it, which is bad, because that's going to make me hungry, and I'm gonna want to cook. Yeah, Jedi, get on. I've got my stylist. Throw me up something you're working on. Let's see what we got. I'm dusting. Pizza, maybe, with some ranch. Guys, thanks for coming on at least. I really thought this was going to happen a little bit better, but I'm sure guys are like, what the hell, you know, what's a video game guy doing trying to promote comic books? I don't know. Trying to be an active member of the community. I can DM you a pic. Yeah, that'll work. Jedi, go ahead and do that. Give me something to do. I mean, I can draw, but that kind of was, I was trying to promote other people. I'm putting ranch down on my list for terms banned in the chat. That's funny, Joe. Okay. I got Scoot's post from an hour ago, so I'm just waiting on you, Jedi. Since I got Photoshop up and everything. So, Kenton's little sister posted a video today of her playing Xanarkand, the piano theme from Final Fantasy X. I was like, holy crap. I went ahead and ended up sharing it on the Final Fantasy fan group site on Facebook. She did a good job. Show me the perks. You bought the perks. You're trying to help me. I get it. Let's see. Where is that image? Okay, that's how the add-ons work. And where's the other stuff? Sorry, every time I flash my background screen, it tends to make everybody's anxiety go up. So trying to just pull it off this way, but I'm gonna have to pull it up another way. Yeah, the other thing, Joe, is I got to figure out how to get music working with this. I'm sure if I paid for the service, but man, my old setup wasn't as dynamic, but it was a crap ton more customizable. But I'm trying to make it more useful, but you guys are getting cold feet, so don't know what to say. I know there's people out there that need to promote. Maybe my reach isn't so far. Maybe that's it. It's like, what? This guy only's got so much. Whoop-de do. The guys, we've been a powerful group. I just want to share it. Let's see. All right, so Jedi's got me that. Sweet. What was I pulling? Oh, yeah, the perks. And that was... But yeah, we'll do... Oh, yeah, duh, Jeremy. We'll go ahead and pull that up, and then I'll pull up Jedi's thing. And we can go through the perks a little bit later. Okay, there it is. Ta-da! All right, so I need to grab that picture. All right. Oh, crap. Okay, new phone. Don't know how to screen capture. And I'm going to have to sign in differently. Going to existing account. Yep, do that. And there it is. Me trying to use my new phone never works. Save images. Okay. Folder. And yeah, I can drag tonight. I restarted my computer. Yay. Okay, I'm going to make a new thing for that. I don't know how big this picture is, Jedi, so I'm going to go pretty big first. Drag it in, and then Crop it down. Start working on it. Oh crap! It's bigger than that. Oh no. Okay, that's cool. Let's see. Well, what are they? Just tell me the dimensions here. Yes. Well, that's a lie. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Just open it. Boom. All right. Cool. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Get all caught up. He's still busy playing with his food. Yep. His Thai food. Make sure it's not too spicy, Joe. All right. I love the lines, dude. The direction, like, it really rounds out the angles of the helmet. You know, you got this angle here, and then it all sets up with this. And so that's kind of like thinking in the round. Like you're kind of already doing it with the line direction. Let's see. Let me observe. So there's not much to go off of as far as background just yet, but I can kind of see like some guys are climbing on the side of a hill. We got some stormtrooper-ish figures in the back. Yeah, I'm getting out of the racing jacket for a minute. There's a blaster happening over the leg. You see that? Pew! Went back and erased and rendering for yeah, definitely. I always use the eraser to come in and add certain type of details, glints and stuff. It's just as much part of the process as your pencils is the negative space. And then okay. So we got a down soldier here. I guess they're climbing over each other. I'm getting a message, so let me see. Trying to make sure I'm not missing something here. Because, still ain't got any guys jumping in yet. Let's do this. Sorry, Jedi. I want to do this too. This is kind of fun. Like I said, I'm just trying to deal with my nervous energy. Yeah, embrace. Come on. Get on in here. You did it before. I guess it's the same group, so your stuff's good. All right, so back to there's this thing I notice as characteristic with a lot of your stuff is in lines that you would expect to be straight, you've got these curves. So I find it here. We got some. Oh, it's Joey. Thank you. He's done playing with his food. How you doing, sir?
What's up?
What's up? Sorry, this is kind of spur of the moment.
No worries. Like I was in the same boat as the other guys. You might have mentioned it, but I didn't remember the time. So I was like,
no, sure. I didn't mention the time in the original post. So I was trying to make up for that and go, yeah. It's 7 p.m. So I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, maybe they checked out the channel. Was like, not a giant audience, but like I said, we've been powerful, guys. We've been powerful. You know how powerful we've been? That powerful. We've been powerful. That powerful.
There's another stream going on right now over at How to Draw Comics. So that could be also another reason.
Yeah, it could make some sense.
I mean, there's always other streams going on, but
that would do it. All right. So, how was the tie?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's probably the best in Orlando over here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. That's why I hear from the source. The sources.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think about what's happening here? It's really early for me to go, but I was just going into what I think is kind of characteristic with a lot of his artwork are these curves, these slants. Look at from the neck And as it drags down to the torso, even the vials or the cartridges on the waist have this, kind of a bow to them. And a lot of guys I've been like in that last critique that you got called it whimsical. I heard that, like, it's very whimsical, it's very stylized. And then I think Joe, you mentioned it in his, or no, I think that, or I think it was you mentioned it in his Spider-Man feet, like how he elongates the feet in some of those Spider-Man shots and stuff. And again, I'm seeing that same curve right here, and it aligns with this curve. So there's a lot of like symmetrical angularity happening with these forms, which is it's an interesting technique, Is my approach. I mean, if you want to get into proportions and stuff, I kind of break it down, but I know that this is pencil, so it's like, and I don't want to go too gnarly about, where things maybe needed to lie a little bit more, or maybe how I would probably offset it a bit to kind of maybe correct certain stuff, if that makes any sense. Or
yeah, give your 2 cents and then I'll throw a couple in there.
Okay, Jedi, I support you. I love it. Don't take any of this personal. I'm turning on my my cold-hearted SCAD critique. Ready? So we'll try this out. So, like some guys were saying before, you're actually getting away with having a very organic backdrop. Let me do a brighter red than that. Your background, it's a good organic setup to kind of make these layered planes set up. You got these guys back here. Maybe in the background, you got some more stuff. I see you've got background elements there. You might want to be building up the action there to kind of get this shape happening with the composition that's also balanced off your character standing there. And all of that's also kind of bouncing off this shape here. Okay, so it looks like I'm just scribbling around right now, just trying to find, I guess, where your landscapes are, where your brain's going as far as a lot of that is. But I don't see any problem with your perspective, with the size of the characters as they fall back into the background. This angle here with the gun that's going to be blasting right over the shoulder, that worries me a little bit, because it seems like he's so far back and that gun is angled at his butt, not right over his thigh. So you might want to turn this. Oh, sorry, my bad. You might want to turn the angle of this gun, how you have it here, and the barrel that way. He's pretty much back there. He's aimed straight at the bum, not over the leg. So what I would basically do is probably just turn that barrel. You're going to have to you might do a little bit of foreshortening to kind of get it to turn closer to us a bit. You might even bring it in more. So, and then that shot, you can raise it. That's probably, let me try to line up with the shot real quick. No. It's there's foreshortening. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be some foreshortening for sure. But yeah, it just needs to turn ever so slightly back towards us a bit. But then again, if it's doing that, you got this blast that would be coming all through the composition, unless, and this, I like the way that breaks better in the whole composition. So kind of take what I'm saying is it could be fixed by making the figure larger, in the background and having it align up to where it, let's see if I could play with that real quick. I'm going to roughly grab it. Copy, paste, bring it up. And so, if we bring it that much larger, he starts running off the page. Yeah, you're going to have to turn that gun to get that blast going over that leg. Or redraw the figure, like I'm saying, just the upper portions of them. So you've got them ghosted in, and that's a good start. So I'm glad you hadn't. I'm trying to critique the stuff you really haven't gotten too far. What would you think about that, Joe?
About the gun?
Yeah.
And the angle? Honestly, it wouldn't bother me depending on like how it looks like in the final render, because you probably could make it seem like it's right next to the guy, which would be awkward, but it might serve the comp.
You could have it glinting off the armor too. Like you could put like these spark effects. I'm going to use a little bit of the brightest part of this to mess around with it. You can literally just send sparks off of it as that blast kind of is continuing to glint off a bit. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's a good choice. You might even get a nice little comp of like contrast between that and the head, which would be cool.
Don't know where you're going with this forearm over here, but I like the shape right here. I'm wanting to know what's happening with the hand. But yeah.
Probably another wrist launcher kind of thing, right?
Yeah, would he be launching out to the side, I guess? Like double flames?
Yeah. Looks like it.
So, yeah. Okay, I see his ghost line.
Mm-hmm.
I think I do. But ghost lines don't really matter. It's all construction from there. So I think this upper chest is great. I think the shoulders meet great. I think the proportions appear great. This figure right here is solid. It's got a very solid start to it. I think that I almost want to get finished drawing that stormtrooper right there, because that's a good form. The helmet's arced really, really well. It might need to move a little to the right. But I think a little bit of rendering, it'll all set in really good. Bounce lighting. Joe, how much do you talk about bounce lighting on your channel shows?
I mean, I used to probably a little bit, but it's a good topic. I mean, it's something I would talk about as well. Yeah.
You know, I'm thinking something that kind of rounds out that leg a little bit more. You know, play with the wrinkles, use that eraser to kind of, again, you know, just kind of go in there and pop those little rounds out. Maybe that's a little too dramatic, but
not necessarily. I mean, well, here's the thing. Like, it's your call. Like, I sometimes with comic stuff, sometimes I do bounce light. There's a lot of artists that bounce light everything, because bounce light is kind of a natural phenomenon that's almost on all objects. Yeah. But some guys, including myself, don't do bounce light except for the metal stuff. So, like on the helmet,
really?
Like on the helmet, say go to the main helmet, the backside would probably get a little bit from the gunfire. And I mean, like a rim light on the back end I would probably give a little bit of that. To the back
about
end,
like what? About like, oh crap! Sorry, my bad. Something about like throwing over here,
right.
Bounce back off there. You know, maybe brighten that up.
It's odd too, because like he almost has this very chiseled rendering on the cloth, and the armor itself, he's going for more of a what would you call it, like a brush, battle worn. Yeah. And so it's not coming across over metal, because I think he's made it too battle worn.
Yeah.
Maybe just a little too bad. It's coming off like almost like wood or charred metal.
Yeah, I was going to say that some sort of fiber, or you know, it could actually be like he says check the chat. So I was thinking, is it check the chat? I'm in the chat.
Checking the chat.
Aiming over the thigh.
A dude on his bone, man.
Yeah, it looks like it's like bone armor or something. You know, or like insect exoskeleton, or chitin, I think is what it's called in Skyrim.
Right, something like it. But either way, that's what my approach is. Yeah. Usually is to have a big like right now is the wrinkles on his arm look very nice, and it's probably the highlight of the page, even though I think his helmet is a little bit flat. That's coming from the lack of no bounce light, I think.
Could he, sorry, pop in little?
That will help, but you see the right edge on the T glass.
Yeah,
that right edge. I would pop in a highlight on that right side to give it some thickness.
I think he did. Yeah, that's right here. Or are you talking about?
No,
right
I mean on the frame on the T. Maybe there. No, more like just the edge. I wish I could. Maybe I should.
Right now, we're all kind of like, sorry, Jedi. This is actually kind of fun.
That would actually help too, but because here's the thing, like the shield, that's what I'm talking about. But on the other side, because you're looking onto that side, so you're going to see that edge.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And that's going to make that pop out and have 3-dimensional form.
Yeah. Don't go as light as what I did.
Right. But there needs to be an edge there, otherwise it feels flat. And I
feel that.
I think the helmet looks good. I think.
Jedi, watch this. So if you do
that'll help. Yeah.
Now watch. You can use the reflection in the glass to create that edge. Probably doesn't look as badass as what we're talking about, but you can use the glass reflection.
So I think I think in general, I think I can see where you're learning and what you're learning, and I'd say pull back a little bit on the brushed metal look. Here's the thing: do it on the edges. Do it. You can imply a lot of this. Like you can do it a little bit.
Right. So yeah,
I would say what you're doing is you're doing the essential what I would do in high school, which is like draw every blade of grass, and that's kind of what you're doing here, where you should kind of draw several blades of grass and then hint at the rest.
I've got a way I think he might appreciate explaining this a bit more. So Jedi, don't judge my Spider-Man webbing, okay? But after everyone, and we all talked and saw that, and then some people commented on it and stuff, I think it's perfect. That's the classic stylized, Spider-Man webbing, right? What you got. And it's basically pretty hard to get in because it's a bunch of line detail, but a lot of it is on the outside and around the contours. You can chunk up all those details right around the outside edge of everything. Get yourself sort of started with the shape. You see me just kind of randomly throwing this in, and come on now, let's do it. So then you can get your main shape here, keep some of those straight lines there for these tendrils. But the trick is that your details that are on the inside of the shape, they don't need to be the same dark as the contour, the outside line. Let the contours of the outside kind of dictate a lot of that form, and just hint a little bit. What was that? Implied detail in the center of the strand, and that would probably help keep the spider webs from becoming too muddy, or like we're kind of saying, the figure here is all these wrinkles are great, and all the details great, but these darks and all the armor could probably be a lot lighter and still be there. And then bounce and be a balance of contrast between the figure. Yeah, so you got these darks, and then
in comic art, you have to work in binary, so that kind of equals you doing just less lines. If you want it to be lighter, here it would be less strokes, or less cross hatching, more block shapes.
Yeah, I find myself doing that a lot, like with my own game art, is like my contours are really dark and I've got all these details and stuff, and it's really when it comes to the lighting and shading that I really try to put those subtle details. Like I wouldn't have done it with line art. all the details in the armor. I would have done that with shading. So he's got these hatch marks that, yeah, I get it. It's like it's ribbed or rigid like a Pringle, Pringle chip, right? And I hope that's kind of what he was going for, or else it wouldn't work. But what I would, if let's see, okay, so he's doing these, these marks down it, right? And it gets this ribbed kind of organic shape with it. Very just the same way as what he's doing. He's varying his mark making between them. Not everything looks the same. But I would have probably have done small little hatches that would be a little bit darker, less invasive, and then it might not look as cool. You can go in and start popping your lines and a little bit after that. But as dark as some of these lines are in this image outside, next to some of the shades, it's like I'm trying to figure out where the light's hitting.
Right.
Is I guess where I'm trying to get at.
I'm trying to find a good example of the bounce light thing too while you're talking. I think I found a couple of good ones. But yes, I've got a couple things to show as well.
Okay, real quick.
Later, I'm not right now. But
okay, this is my biggest thing here, and Jedi, I'll show you what I would do if I was in your position. Like I said, this curve here with this whole body that I'm seeing, it can work, but there's a way to make it work. And it's right here. Okay, and then you would take your, you take your, I've got two whites. I'm sorry. Let me grab that. Go ahead and complete your clothing or whatever, and then bring that belt out to the side a little bit more. So then you'd have to go, you have to come in, get those details out, hit that bounce light if you can, and then just kind of continue. So I would put another capsule or cartridge around there, and I would see how I'm starting to work up the side with that. So using those capsules on the side to start to round out that belt a little bit, and that's a little bit of that perspective that you're going to get. And the torso sort of, almost fits a lot better right there in that side. I can accept that curve a little bit more because it's not sacrificing, just a little bit of that kind of brought that back end turn a little bit better, which in my opinion allows these angles to hit a little bit more. Right. That's just my go, and I think this arm here, right here, copy that, needs to do this as well. That's what I think. So arm just needs to come down just a little bit. And again, I think it's, that's just me. It's just my opinion. But is that a rocket pack right here? Is that the rocket pack for him? Should I? Hold on, he's asking. So bring the belt out and push them. Yep. Well, it's not really bringing the belt out. It's more like once you bring that side in, I'll try to break it apart again. Oh, no, wrong one. Sorry, bear with me, guys. All right, yeah. So as you bring the hip in right there, your belt is going to need to wrap around the form. If that makes any sense. I was basically just like, yeah. I mean, you might not have to do that much work on it at all, but yeah. So, does that make any sense?
I think so.
And then, yeah, like I said, that arm. But yeah, so that's the rocket pack for him. Okay. So, We're gonna lasso grab that, copy that, and if his back, all right, I'm gonna get out another thing too. I'm gonna get another layer. Sorry, Joe. Love this.
It's all good.
Grab it. Okay, so I see the head here, which means my spine's there. Okay, we get the chest, get the shoulder, get that rib cage, got that waist, right? So, backbone, spine somewhere here. Meaning, if he's wearing that pack, the tip of the pack, the rocket tip of the pack, needs to be in alignment with that spine. So I would be basically placing that up here somewhere and hinting at, and the sides of your rocket pack could probably pop up about right there and there. I don't think it's that wide, so bring it back. Might be able to pop it, little hints in right there, but you see what I'm doing? Heck, you could probably bring that even further out to the right, but then you're getting into your blast zone of your other composition. So is there a possibility he could be slinging it off his shoulder? Which is why I ain't ripped like Joe. Nice. All right. Well, all right. So that's about as much as I want to go on that. But yeah,
Cool.
Excellent stuff, Joe. Jedi. Keep it going, dude. I can't wait till you get these back sections done, because in this figure done, because that's going to be hella huge. And that's again, this is not a bad problem. What Joe's talking about, use that eraser and start plucking out those highlights in that armor. Start popping those highlights out in the helmet, and especially along the ridges here. Like, again, Joe's like, maybe not that much bounce light, but you can really do a lot with all of this area here. Mm-hmm. So just use your eraser. Don't be afraid of it. Come in here, highlight some of these gadgets. Any plane that's facing that light source, come in, make sure you got it cleaned up. If it's already too light where you're trying to clean up, make it a little bit darker over on the other side of it, But yeah, start playing around with a lot more of that. But yeah, this thing is awesome. That thing's great looking. Like nice. I said, I can't wait for the background, because those shapes, that composition, this thing looks bad. This thing looks awesome. So yeah. All right, Joe. What we doing?
Not much. I have a couple things to show, but let me see what these examples look like. I'm just looking at a couple different examples of who's using bounce light, who's not. We on? You get me?
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad.
It's all good. Okay, so this is Joe Mad, and I looked at him for a lot of different lighting stuff. And in this case, he's not using much at all, but this is because he's like one of those guys that really keeps everything one direction, one light per scene, pretty much. So if there is a light that's behind them, he will use the rim light to act as the bounce light, which isn't really a bounce light at that point. But other artists, like this is Jorge's, here you do get the bounce light on this like shiny kind of suit. You know what I mean? So it's really your call on the style of what you're trying to go. That's why I limit, that's why I limit what I want to be bounce lit and what I don't, because it'll make something look sharp, or for comics anyway, it'll make things look sharp where you want them to look sharp, and make things look kind of more flat and, less volumetric, I guess, where you want them to be more like that. But yeah, those are a couple examples that like I easily found, but for the most part, I would say you're doing a good job. Like it's not a whole lot of things that I would change. It seems like your folds are looking good in places, but I think it's because you've got a real handle on one type of fold, and the other types of folds you're not too sure yourself yet.
Those are kind of in some of these areas, or in the armpit areas.
Well, that's because they're totally different types of folds is what he needs there.
Yeah.
So what he knows right now is called what we call the what is it?
The accordion.
Accordion, but it's they call it like a lock, something lock, zigzag lock or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can see the Z within the highlight of the fold. What you're looking for in a lot of these things, like the cape, should be a straight spiral fold or a straight. The easiest way to pull off folds, Josh, is
we got to do a show on folds. That's what I'm gonna do. I think you did one, didn't you?
We can do a show on all things, but yeah. So all you need to do is analyze where the tension is coming from, and when you think about the ones that get complex or the ones that have many different pulling directions, like it's pulling to like 5 directions at once. But something like the cape, I think you did it pretty awesomely next to his left side, like his left, not our right, the other side.
This side.
Yeah, that side I think you nailed, because it's one direction, it's pulling, you're getting a little pop off of some of the fabric. It looks like it's working. The other side, it looks like it could work, but then it kind of transforms into something that's not really what a cape would do, I think.
Yeah.
But still, I think that's just like more knowledge of fold to go.
All right. My last little tip so instead of moving that whole arm down, buddy, I've got another quick trick that might solve what my eyeball's doing. It ain't 100% fixed, but if you saw I highlighted that line down there or up there on the top of his shoulder, you got it up here. So I'm just gonna move it down a little bit, and maybe that was a little bit too much, but it basically lowers that shoulder into this. It's the chest slant. The chest slants in this direction. Okay. Those are his nipples. Right. And so the shoulders would probably I know there's tension on them too, but I kind of try to look for things like that. And shoulders aren't always like that, like in this guy. Look at this. The chest is like that. It's all like that, I mean, it's just something that my eyeball sees in that arm that I'm like, it could come down just a little bit. And instead of changing the whole arm up, like I was suggesting, you could just do it off of moving that line down, or even, working it around the figure a little bit more, instead of having it so prominently popped up. I mean, that's the way that shoulder piece is going, but you could just round out the shoulder more by having it overlap and stick up, but you're showing that overlap. Kind of cool how that kind of automatically did that. You see the lip?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my best thing. Contrast, dude. If that's landscape up here in the top, that's gonna have to get a lot lighter, or your composition in the front is gonna have to get a lot darker.
Well, you got to think in comic art, Jeremy. There's no light and dark. It's if he's gonna do that, it means he needs to do it in hatching. But I wouldn't worry about it. I would worry about what it looks like, a massing of rock, and I'm not really sure what the form is back there. I think that's what you should focus on first, is like pretend it's like a weird oblong cube first, and figure out where the light should be, popping in. I think at some point, it brings to mind, because Jeremy's doing it right now, which is in a way he's massing your shadows together. So you're pretty much missing a sense of, your eye doesn't see all the details when it looks at an image. Your eye is going to mass things together, kind of like what you did with the sleeve and all the shadows on the sleeve. It's all one blocky thing on one side of the arm, and that's why it looks good, is because your eye can release and not have to figure out what's going on. So yeah, what Jeremy did there is kind of like gave you a form, like he made it cylindrical.
And you can hit it from the other side too instead, and kind of not with your inks. Sorry. Right. You can also just kind of hint it out over here and block these out and get your bounce lighting, which rounds out the form a bit more. And that starts to help your eye start to clump that around a bit more too. So it's really your approach.
Mm-hmm.
That way you can get your shadow hits on one way, but if you want your shadow hits on hit it from the other side, which I wouldn't. I mean, I would like it kind of both ways, really.
Mm-hmm.
Like either or work good, but grouping up your shades like that allows the eye to kind of get what the form is, and allows it to rest and work with the rest of the composition. So either that or that.
Agreed.
In my opinion.
Yeah, there's it all comes down to like simplifying everything in your mind as you're doing it. Otherwise, you're going to end up with all the detail without the volume of structure.
All right, I'm tired. I don't want to bust him anymore. I just can't wait till this thing gets done, because that'll be one of your more epic pieces, dude.
Yeah, for sure. I promised I'd show some of the work I was doing on this book, so you can get a little sneak preview there. Let me just make sure I have something to show first. Let's show these two. But next time when you post, you'll get the time on there, and it'll give us more of an opportunity to spam people's feeds. For coming up.
Like I said, I was just anxious for today and tonight, and I needed to get it out in a creative way. And I was like, get back to a community. See if I set something up, it gives them a place to do it if they're wanting to. So
it's easier to do that if you plan ahead, but also if you just want to contact one in particular and DM them and be like, oh, you want to come on and promote? And then you have like a guarantee of somebody coming. You know what I mean? And then you can say it's open after that,
Well, at least you guys know where my heart was. I'll try this again, because I thought it would be pretty cool to kind of regularly do that, at least like.
For sure.
But yeah, show us what you got, Joe.
Yep. Let's see here.
And promote Star Circuit real quick, because I'm going to leave out tonight with my trailer and.
Okay.
So. But yeah, Jedi, this is awesome. Keep it up, dude.
I think making sure it sends. Okay, we got this one. That's good. And this one, send. All right, let me open up this one. And it's probably the better one. I don't know if it's actually the better one. I'll share. So yeah, I've been doing designs for the new book. It's like a young adult book. It's kind of like half inspired by like Avatar, the Airbender Avatar, and also inspired by kind of like a dystopian kind of future, not too far in the future, but so it's pretty much my style. It's like an animated kind of feel. So this is the main character, and he's pretty much it's like a young adult thing. So all these guys are like 14, 15. And it's like a coming of age tale. So besides that, you can think of like themes of like from Airbender, if you've ever seen that show. But yeah, I've got plenty more of this type of thing coming.
Again, your hair, excellent.
Yeah, it's definitely. I'm going a different route. I'm going the Cowboy Bebop route on this one. So I think it's like something cool nobody does, because you're afraid not to give the detail, but it's kind of fun to actually left a few highlights there, which I'll probably pull out, but
imply it. But yeah,
the whole point is to like you'd be surprised what your mind fills in the gaps if you just leave the silhouette of it. And so that's what we're going for. At least that's what I'm going for with it, and the writer approved. So
okay, you want to know one quick thing.
Yeah, shoot.
This may not be in the design of the character or whatnot, but you see
Right.
these negative strokes that you got at the top of the neckline of a shirt.
Yes.
Okay. I read that in the image as if that's going to be some cool like design on his red t-shirt.
Oh, yeah?
That runs across his chest, kind of not symmetrical, but like this, kind of just like this stroke of white across. Now, as far as character design,
Right.
just alone add more diverse things for your eyes to kind of catch on to this character, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's a lot of restrictions I got with what he wants.
Okay,
so
yeah, that's what I was
but
thinking.
no, that's just the stylization. I do that with all the sheets. I got another sheet to show you if you want. Maybe
Go ahead.
we can compare.
Thank you, Scoots.
But yeah, let's pull in.
It was a good night. Found it interesting.
Yeah, man.
Oh, got a car alarm outside.
Car alarm. So yeah, I try to do that with all the sheets that I'm doing. So this is his brother. And actually, I don't know if I threw it in there. I thought I did, but I do it on all the other ones, I guess. But just to kind of fade in the head, you know. And this one, I left the head shape hair at the bottom. It's funny.
I love it. I love it.
This one's definitely more reminiscent of Cowboy Bebop, just because his mop of hair. But
awesome.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
All right.
Yeah, just a quick word on Star Circuit. We launched in a couple weeks. If you guys haven't seen Star Circuit before, I'm going to share one last time to show the Indiegogo page. We probably are getting close to, we're inching upon 300 signups right now, which is my goal. So we're doing good.
Hey, you still have my trailer on your side, right?
Should. Summer, I have to make sure I do. Why? You want to make sure it plays?
Because of the sound, yeah. Until I can get my audio figured out over here on this.
Okay.
But yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so this is. I think I could play the real trailer on mine too, but I don't want to take up your time. You're gonna play your trailer.
Go ahead. No, do it. I don't care about running.
I don't know if I clicked audio though.
Oh, okay. You want to cancel back out? Try again.
Guess I have to.
Oh, sorry. I probably should have flowed. My bad. You're like, okay. Nah, I don't want to charge it.
No, I do. It's fine. I didn't want to take up more time if you don't want to be on for that long.
I'm fine.
All right. So Star Circuit is my book. It is a 32-page comic book that's going to be funding on Indiegogo in a couple of weeks. You can sign up right now with your email to get the free trading card when you back in a couple of weeks, and you'll get that for free. You can also get the secret tier, which will be like a bundle for cheaper and maybe even something that's exclusive. So that's that. Let's check out the trailer, which gives a little bit of the vibe, kind of a little bit of what you're going to be expecting from Star Circuit.
Welcome to the future. A place where you can find anything you desire. If the burner gangs don't find you first. Where the fastest racers are artificial. And if you're human, you don't stand a chance. Star Circuit.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys for the opportunity. I'll let you finish it up.
All right. Well, guys, like I said, this is where we are on our Indiegogo, and it's been a great adventure for the first 48 hours. Let's go. Oh, we got more. We got a new backer. Woohoo! Thank you guys so much. Yeah.
Awesome, dude.
That's awesome. Yes. Thank you so much. This is why we were trying to get you comic guys on here. You never know. And so, Joe, I could talk about my thing real quick. It's a JRPG PC release original. It's a twist on the JRPG battle mechanics, so it puts a real-time twist to the turn-based combat. You can block and attack multiple times with multiple targets. There's a massive magic system with cause and effects. Those also are about like equipping items and stuff like that as well. We got a big giant map there, but kind of like Lord of the Rings, we're only going to be in Beckoned in a small region of Arlea. You can explore, you can talk to NPCs and learn all of their gossip woes, living under the Denethite Scourge of Thal. And our main characters, Anel, Taj, and Lane, Dash, and Yoka, and Grint. And then towns along the way, guys. If you want to visit this and check out more, are the link. I got to put the link in the description. Oh, you got that. Sweet. All right, Joe. Thank you. See, he's awesome. All right, let's throw some Star Circuit up there. Sorry I didn't press that before, but yeah, Star Circuit. I'll put these up a little bit later too. And then, yeah, for the Indiegogo for Beckon. Thank you, Joe, for popping that up. All right. Do you have a trailer ready, or how do I, like, we tried this with sound on mine.
Yeah, let me try it. I have to make sure I have the right one because I downloaded it, right?
Yeah.
It's in my download folder. I just got to make sure I got the right one.
It should be a minute longer.
It's a minute trailer? Is that what you need?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
Okay. Let me share real quick.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
All right.
And thank you, guys. That's awesome. Woohoo!
Here we go.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Let me get you all set.
You must engage the darkness. If you are going to regain the memories lost to you. You must stay strong.
A lone child's presence does not bode well for the circumstances.
No one can pass. And inquisitive. It will be difficult.
Well, that's just her.
But try to remember. You are never alone.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe. So, guys, go check out Star Circuit. Sign up for that. Joe launches on the 15th.
16th.
16th.
Cool. Still
16th
pretty close.
of February. And if you want to get your fingers or your feet wet into the Indiegogo, if you had not done it before, go ahead, drop it onto Beckon. And we'll see you guys on Wednesday.
Yep. See you over on my channel, Joe Catapano, if you're not.
All right. Man, if you're not busy at night with anything specific, might do another. You might think about doing comp reviews. Show me how it's done. I don't know.
Comic reviews,
or not comp. You know what? Or what I was trying to do tonight.
A promo thing.
Yeah.
I don't mind doing an open stream, but I'd rather do it not on the Art Pro time. We can make a separate stream for it. However, I'll talk this and see if we get another guest. I'll see if I can get another guest for Wednesday.
All right. Guys, thank you all so much. I know this was kind of rando me throwing that out today, but thanks for being with us. It's been awesome. Love you guys. So we'll see you again. Thanks.
Yep. See you guys.